You have a good vision, which is the type of mindset literally every young man or young lady out there has. But before you embark on such journey in life, you have to learn a skill, which is to know how the system works. Because the system does not favor the best people, rather, it favors the most aware ones. That's why hard work and talent has never been enough without acquiring self-awareness as a skill. Look, every system on earth quietly rewards those who actually understands it. And how do you achieve that? By being aware. Most people are not failing not because they are lazy or not putting in the work. They were failing because they were trained to play fair inside a system that was never designed to be fair. That's why you can do everything right and still be broke. And if you have watched the movie Ready Player One, you will get the memo of what I'm talking about. Because you are taught to obey rules without being taught why those rules exist, which is not discipline, rather it is blindness. Because every system has incentives, and every incentive shapes your behavior, which people at the top don't fight the system. They study it until it becomes predictable, and once something becomes predictable, it becomes usable. That's why the elite, which are the handful of people, stays at the top and manipulate the masses. And how do they do that? Because they have studied you all until you all become predictable. Now they use you to get richer every day. And no matter what you do, you will never win as long as you are following the rules they created and you're not self-aware. Because skill makes you valuable and awareness decides who captures the value. That's why two people can work equally hard. One stays stuck while the other escapes. So why is it like this? The difference is awareness and not efforts. It's perception. Because awareness is uncomfortable. It forces you to notice that some rules exist to slow you down and not to protect you. That's why most people would rather believe the system is fair than to accept that they have been playing it wrong. Because power starts the moment when you stop asking whether you are doing it wrong or not and start asking valid questions, which is, what type of game am I actually in? And that question alone requires how you see money, status, belief, and freedom. Because if you focus on chasing money, then you end up like a hamster running in a circle in a cage. So money isn't what you need to be chasing. Awareness is, because being aware exposes you to the fountain of riches and abundance. So money is just a tag along and doesn't demand to be chased. Rather, your level of awareness attracts it. And if you focus on chasing it for happiness purposes, then you are doing it wrong, because money doesn't bring happiness, but peace of mind does. I know many of you will come to attack me on this, but you don't know better than him. And you might be wondering why I say so. Listen carefully. Money will never make you happy. Nothing outside of you can ever satisfy your soul and spirit. And the reason for that is because you do not originate from the material world. Because you have a person outside your mind, which is your physical body. Then you have this entity which is inside your mind, which is the inner thoughts, the inner voice, the voice that no one can hear, which is the spiritual immortal self. And the more money you get or chase, the more unfulfilled you feel. The more material things you chase, the bigger your desire grows. And nothing material can ever make you happy, which is because you did not originate from this physical plane. And the only thing that can make you feel fulfilled is love, happiness, connection, and the things that are immaterial, such as wisdom, love, unity with creation. And how do you do that? By being self-aware and knowing thyself. Until next time, peace.